Welcome everybody to another episode of Beers and Bourbon with Dick and Brett. I'm Sheriff Dick.
And I'm Dr. Brett.
Dr. Brett?
Yeah.
Like Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Caltrans Brett?
There you go.
Caltrans Brett. Prisoner Brett.
It just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
Fuck. Welcome back everyone. We got a fucking hell of a lineup. We talked about this a while ago. We threw it out on IG. We asked, what do you want? What Taylor do you want first? We gave you the option from the small batch all the way to the barrel proof and everything in between. Mm-hmm. And it was unanimous. Everyone came back barrel proof, so here it is.
Shocker, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we throw barrel proof out there and all the other stuff. Of course they're going to choose barrel proof, man.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, it's the best, right?
It's the best in my lineup with Taylor.
I tell you what, I'm happy about it. There's a few things that I'm not happy about with Taylor right now, though.
What is that?
They're fucking cock teases right now.
Do you hear that, Taylor? You're a cock tease.
Yeah, you're teasing my pickle, okay? Your green bottle and stuff like that.
Fuck.
Throwing pictures out on Instagram and Facebook and on your website of pallets and pallets of what?
Barrel proof rye?
Barrel proof rye.
Barrel proof fucking rye.
So you're going to say, hey, check this out. Guess what? We got a new release of some fire, something that E.H. Taylor's never put to the market. And we're going to tease you with it like a year in advance, a year and a half in advance.
It's
2 years in advance. And it still has not shown up to any market that I've ever seen.
No.
It's not on Instagram.
There's 2 renditions of the bottle.
Oh, okay. And there we go. So now that's double cock tease.
So here's what happened. If you're not familiar with fucking what Brett's talking about, is I want to say it was this year would be, I think, the 3rd year. Could be wrong. Maybe I'm just mad and I got my years mixed up. But somebody dropped, I think it was like Bourbon News or, there's a couple of those IG web or pages that talk about, and they know when shit gets released, somehow those fucking people know.
Yeah, because there's some guy in the warehouse hanging out there giving them the inside information.
So it was this, obviously the quintessential Taylor canister, everything looked the same, but it was a different color. I want to say it was like a faint orange or like a brown label. No. And the only difference is it said it said rye, barrel proof. And everyone went nuts. Like, when is it coming out? We thought it was coming out that bourbon season in fall.
I didn't even know if it was real. I thought it was fake at first.
I think it was, actually. Because people were saying, no, it's going to look like this. This is the shit. It's not going to be that color. That's just a drawing. Yeah. That's just hype. And then flashback to last bourbon season 2022, came out again. Yeah. And everyone was like, everyone meaning me and this fucking guy, we're like, dude, it's coming out. I was talking about what's the price, how much is it gonna be? Because this goes anywhere on my cheapest bottle was $130. I paid up to $500 for one. So there's a huge range of it, and now they don't release it as much, so it's more expensive. So I'm thinking barrel proof's gonna cost $1,000. It's gonna have to cost $1,000.
If it hits the market, people are gonna swoop that shit up as fast as it gets there. Hopefully, it hits a couple Total Wines or maybe a Bev. No, I doubt it. But
you're the only one that's gotten lucky with that. This fucking guy got a store pick 107.
You can get them there, man. Every once in a blue moon, there's some stuff sitting on the shelves. But
the only thing I've gotten from them is see all those Hancock reserves up there, presidential reserves. They were $49. So I called. Okay, here's the story. I love telling stories. So I'm sitting in the parking lot down the street from Total Wine, and my wife's at a doctor's appointment, right? So I'm sitting in the car, I'm just fucking, and everyone tells me, oh, just call them. They'll tell you if they have allocated shit. I'm like, okay, this is the one time I call. I'm like, hey, do you guys have any allocated stuff? It's like, what do you mean allocated? I'm like, this is bad. Like, what do you mean? What do I mean allocated? Hey, do you have any the Weller brands? Any like not Buffalo Trace, but like some of the higher end brands of Weller, and Taylor? I was like, I've heard sometimes they get Rock Hill, maybe Hancock, and he was like, oh, we do have the Hancock Presidential Reserve. I was like, this guy's fucking with me. It's probably some bullshit that's not right? Like barrel bourbon or something. And then he goes, no, yeah, we have 2 cases. I'm like, well, can I buy them on the phone? No, sorry, I can't hold them. So I leave. My wife's in the doctor's office. Yeah. Leave, go down the street, go in there, and I get on. I'm like, hey, I heard you have this. And they're like, the lady gets on the little mic, and she's like, do we have Hancock Presidential Reserve?
In the back.
And he's like, yeah, we have 2 cases. And she's like, well, how many do you want? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I know it's one only, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I'm going to pull one over. I was like, I'll take both cases. She's like, can you bring up both cases? He's like, I'm sorry. It's 1 per customer. I'm like, fuck. So I buy 1, go back, grab my wife, we go back in, buy 2. Now I got 3. We go outside, come back in, buy 2 more, go to a different line, go back out. The 3rd time, I go to the same line as the guy the first time. And he looks at me and he's like, I got 7.
Yeah.
7 in 1 day.
Damn, that's a nice come up.
$49.99. Anyways, let's get back to this shit.
Yeah.
E.H. Taylor, Buffalo Trace, Sazerac Conglomerate, whatever the fuck the parent company of Buffalo Trace who's making this shit now. I want barrel proof rye.
Yeah, can you just send it out? I mean, just put it on a truck and distribute it. I know you guys had some distribution things going on, but
RNDC.
I thought that as soon as they dropped them, that immediately we'd start to see the barrel proof rye come out, because I was like, they were just holding it to be like, okay, here's a new release.
Yeah.
But no, still nothing.
I will say this. Look, obviously, me and Brett fucking love the Buffalo Trace brand. I got a lot of Heaven Hill.
And
He's got a lot of Heaven
aren't
Hill.
they dropping something right now?
Well, they're dropping the
A new Weller, right?
yeah, new Weller.
I'm
So
excited about that. That's pretty cool.
they said the MSRP on it is like $400 to $600 or something, which means it's gonna go like for like $3-4 grand.
Dang.
So apparently it's William LaRue Weller's like great grandfather from like 1793 or something.
Prohibition juice.
Yeah, so he had some certain special way to make weeded bourbon, and it comes. Honestly, it's the first time that they've changed the label or the glass. So I have the old shit that from like 2013. They discontinued that. They went to the new bottle, but none of their new releases, other than the VTAC, has been a new like special vessel. This thing comes in almost like a decanter.
Yeah.
It looks badass.
And so now they're saying, okay, William LaRue Weller was the man, but where did he come from? Apparently his great grandpa was the fucking man.
He was
you know
the man,
what I'm saying?
dude.
Like, he was the one making the shit back before he taught his kids everything he knew.
I feel like his whole fucking family. You know, like in
Jesus,
what's that movie? Happy Gilmore? No, not Happy Gilmore. Billy Madison. He's
yeah.
like, Doyle rules. He's
yeah.
like, I have a whole feeling your family's going down, Doyle. Apparently, William LaRue Weller, your whole family was the shit, and you're all bourbon pioneers. Fuck yeah, William LaRue Weller.
Hey, I can't wait to get a hands on that one, man.
I
know it's gonna be tough.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna tell you. I guarantee we will find it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're willing to put up the cash for that bottle.
I don't know, man.
That
It's
2-3
gonna be
grand, because it's the first new release other than the single barrel, which came out 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago now. So it's the first big release. MSRP is saying it's gonna be, I think, at like $600-700, maybe $800. I forget. It was on Instagram, which means triple that. So you're talking $2,400 to $2,600. And most places might not even get a bottle. So that means those fucking assholes are going to charge tater prices. It's going to be like $6 grand.
Well, I'm just thinking that pretty soon anybody who's watching this that follows, that stocks those shelves and has the inside hook on getting us a bottle, reach out in my DMs.
DM me.
Yeah, DM me. Okay? You know, I'm not looking for chicks to DM me. I'm looking for stalkers of liquor to DM me.
I'm looking for creepy back room
sick
stalkers
weird.
that
Yeah,
got
yeah,
legit
hookups,
hookups, bro. Dude, I'll take you out, man. We can go have a fucking dinner or something.
Yeah,
Hook
man.
up with some shit.
No problem. Filet and lobster for the guy who gets me that bottle at MSRP, alright?
Dang. Surf and turf.
Surf and turf.
Surf and turf for you, my friend.
Yeah.
All right, so we went all crazy on Taylor. Obviously, we're pissed off. Hopefully, Buffalo Trace, if you ever see our podcast, because I tag you every goddamn time, hopefully you understand we want the barrel proof rye.
Yep.
The beer we got today is a local brewery. We're on this local kick, as we should be, right?
Out of Anaheim.
Yep. So this is Bottle Logic, Fuzzy Logic.
Woo.
And now, what's special about this beer, Brett?
Well, it looks like it's got some peaches on it.
I will tell you, peaches is my favorite.
Peaches and cream, peaches for me.
I'd love peaches and cream. I'd like to hear that song right now in the background for us to play some music. But out of all the beers that I've had, I don't like pineapple added to beer. It's not my favorite. I like blueberries and raspberries in a sour, but this is a hazy IPA. I really think the peach is a good compliment.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of peach ever. Kind of. I mean, I like peaches. But
dude, okay, so should we go bourbon first?
I don't know. Do you think we should go bourbon first?
I don't know.
Man, I think we just stick with the beer. Let's just
All
go
right.
peach first. I know it might hinder our barrel proof tasting.
I don't think it will.
But
I think the beer is so light.
But let's just keep it real.
All
Okay,
right.
let's try the fuzzy, peachy, navel bombness from Bottle Logic here over in Anaheim.
Is
Check
that
it
a
out.
drink? Fuzzy navel?
I think so. Yeah.
I think it's a drink. So, to everyone out there who saw episode 13, the unanimous feedback that we got is you guys fucking brought it.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone, Brett's been talking about, I can never pour them the same. Brett's been talking about like getting real and getting out there and telling everyone who we are and being transparent. I think we fucking killed it.
Yeah.
I think you guys told us we killed it because everyone watched the shit out of it. So
Yeah, we had put out a little banger,
I mean, it felt good, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and I would love to follow up that one. If this is what you guys want to hear, some banter and some bullshit, and us going off about things that we actually care about.
Yeah.
Besides beer and bourbon, we're down to do it for you.
Yeah. I mean, the coolest thing was like just being who we are. I mean, I don't think we've ever been fake on here, but I think there is a little bit of apprehension when you start putting yourself out there on what are people going to say. You're going to lose following, and I think we both aligned on the fact that like we did this to be who we are, so you're going to fucking get it.
Yeah, I mean, look at this guy. I mean, he's definitely who he is today.
Dude, I brought it, man. Can you?
He's got his stagecoach outfit on right here.
This is Stagecoach 2021.
Yeah, looking good, man.
I mean,
cowboy hat and gunslinger shirt. He's ready to bring the guns. I thought I was bringing them a couple episodes ago, but he's got the real 6-shooter today.
You know what the interesting thing is this was my outfit with the exact shorts. I didn't know that. This was the exact shorts this is the 2021 jumpsuit right here. However, Brett gave me this hat. And the interesting story is, so he's like, hey, his wife was like, he's got a hat. And I was like, well, let me borrow it. And he's like, you can't fucking borrow a cowboy hat. Yeah. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't borrow a cowboy hat? He's like, it's yours. And I think, what is this, a Stetson?
It is a Stetson.
So this is the real deal hat. Now, I don't know shit about cowboy hats, so when he gave it to me, obviously I knew it was a big thing, but like I didn't realize how big of a deal it was. And I've been rocking it, man.
Dude, he rocks it hard. See, it was just too small for my head, and I tried over and over and over to keep wearing it and stretching it out. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, it just fit him better, and I figured, what the fuck? I mean, if he's gonna rock it, then rock it. And I went out and bought a new hat, and I'm good to go. You know what I'm saying?
Now you know
mine
why
fits now.
Now you know why I love this
comfortable.
fucking guy right here. You know what I mean? It gives you his cowboy hat.
All right, let's try this beer. I want to try it.
Dude, nose is super
smell
pungent.
bomb. Smells like peaches.
Yep.
Woo. I mean, I don't get any funk whatsoever off that. I mean, it just straight smells like citrus, peaches.
This feels like somebody just sliced open the ripest peaches you could have. They're just sitting on the cutting board, and you walk in the house, you're like, "Ooh, that smells really sweet."
Yeah, that smells good. It's probably sweet to the taste too, I bet.
Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Yep.
Not too sweet though.
No, it mellows out.
Yeah, it's got a nice note of peach. Not overbearing. Doesn't leave that like really kind of fake peach flavor.
No.
Tastes like real fruit.
They dumped in
fresh.
like a puree for sure.
Yeah. It's definitely infused with peaches, but it tastes really good. It's something I think you could drink pretty much anywhere, anytime.
We were in this guy's spa last night, and I took a picture. I was the only one out there for like 10 minutes. So I took a picture of the pool and the spa and the house with the lights, and it was dope. But this is like summer.
All the way.
Dude, we're sitting out there. It's 100 degrees, sweating. You're in the pool. We've had a few bourbons. Kids are running amok hitting you with those fucking pool noodles and shit with squirt guns. His wife's like, "Hey, give me a drink." And my wife's like, "Babe, make me a drink." I'm like, "Fuck, I just made you a drink." I'm like, bro, can we get some burgers out here? You're like, dude, you just ate some chicken wings. What the fuck? That's where I'm at right now. You know what I mean?
It's solid, for sure.
And then, like, someone, like, your family member, like your sister, some random person's like, not random person, but like, they come over and then they just intensify the whole thing because they got their whole fucking entourage. And it's one of those things where it just gets louder and louder, but you don't mind.
And then you look down and all of a sudden it's fucking 10 o'clock and you're wondering what the hell happened that day.
I like when I wake up and I go, what the hell happened that day? That's
happening more and more these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's the enjoyment of drinking good beer and good whiskey all night long.
Last night we had, I think we had 4 or 5 beers.
Yeah.
And we had a fat pour Remus.
4 or 5 double hazy IPAs.
In the spa.
Single hazies. And then we took a 2-finger neat pour of Remus 5. Fire. Which, by the way, is money. And now we're going to go back to it. Back to the barrel proof.
Yeah.
And punch ourselves in the mouth with some E.H. Taylor barrel proof. I mean, the hair of the dog, right?
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
I mean, we were sitting here, so just so everyone knows, right? We sit, you know, the Dick and Brett routine is we usually sit here, catch up a little bit because we don't see each other. Last night was rare that we we hadn't hung out like that in a while. So with everything going on, usually we'll sit and 5 or 10 minute catch up. We'll split a beer, so we'll both have half a beer. And I told you guys a while back that Brett does not like picking the bourbon of the beer. It took me 10 episodes to figure that out.
Just took us about 15 minutes for me to make a choice on what we're going to do. I said, let's bring everyone out there another banger. I mean, clearly you guys really, really enjoyed the episode with the stag pick or episode the stag 8, that we brought out.
Episode 8.
That was a big draw, and people checked that out quite a bit. And then we had a couple of other decent bottles that we've opened. We did 10 episodes before we even launched live on air, and we brought out some big bangers for those, but I just feel like they weren't quite ready for you guys yet. So we're going to revisit those at some point down the line. Yeah. So you'll see some really cool bottles coming up in our lineup in the near future, especially over the summer here and leading into fall.
Oh, I can't wait for fall.
It's going to be great. I mean, I want to say when it cools off, but it doesn't seem like it's even gotten hot yet.
No, I was looking next week on Friday, it's going to be 90. That'll be the first time that we've even got close to, what we would consider summer heat. You know what I just realized, Brett? We were on the last episode, I brought out the stag, and I brought out this, and we talked about if the girls win a tournament, we get this. If they win the big dog one, they go stag. What happened with the tournaments, man?
Well, we won one.
You won one?
And then the last one we just went to, we didn't win at all. Unfortunately, we came up a little bit short. But at the end of the day, we qualified for a bigger tournament. So we got a seeding into the next tournament, which happens in a few weeks. And we are going to the Armpit of America to play the tournament. Lancaster, California, where they jack up the rates for all the hotels just because the travel ball and the kids softball tournaments come in. So they go, last weekend it was $48 to $72 a night for the room, but just because we know you guys are coming into town, we're gonna make it $278 a night.
$278?
Yeah, and then the tournament was like, hey, instead of having you guys come Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're just gonna add the parade on Thursday. So that you got to be there at 7 o'clock at night on Thursday night for the parade, which means that it's just a free $278.
Yeah, another
tacked
night.
On.
Another night.
Yeah. So I was at this bourbon shop today, and I was looking up, and I saw this, Remus Gatsby Reserve, and I was like, I haven't seen that bottle on the shelves, and I was like, how much is that? And it was I think it was $3.99. And I was like, you know what? I'd really buy that if I wasn't going to fucking Lancaster in 2 weeks.
It's 2 nights.
Yeah.
2 nights and you would have bought
2 nights. Yeah. I would have just came home with a brand new bottle of one of my favorite bourbons on earth. And, nope. Sorry, but your kids need to go to a parade for 1 hour in Lancaster while it's 110 degrees.
I think we should buy that bottle, man. I remember it has the case where the sides open, so it looks like a V, and then you just see the middle of the bottle.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, everyone went nuts when it came out.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool looking bottle for sure. One of my when I looked at it high up on the shelf, I was like, damn, that looks pretty money right there. But then hey, it is what it is. I get to fly tomorrow, and you get to fly tomorrow, right? So we're both flying out tomorrow for a few days for work, and I'm going to South Carolina, which is going to be 89 degrees, 80% humidity, and 80% chance of rain with thunderstorms. So that should be interesting.
I'm going up north. Up in the Bay Area, it's probably gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, a lot better than where I'm going.
Yeah.
But, hey, you know what? It's all good because guess what? I'm traveling to meet a customer, and I'm bringing some business, and hopefully that leads to better bottles for you guys.
Dude, you know what? If you get that deal, you should buy the Gatsby bottle.
I think that would be a good idea.
Fucking A.
Land the deal, and then go down to San Diego, work for the day, Cardiff by the sea. Overlook, pick up a bottle of Gatsby, drink it, a little bit of it.
If you get a bottle like that you want that bad, you have to open it.
I'm opening it.
That's the hard part. Like, a lot of the shit that I buy and I get doubles and triples of, or some of these big bottles I'm afraid to open. Like the WLW, I'm afraid to open. One, because maybe down the road I want something else and I could trade it. I've never traded a bottle, but it's it's just sitting there. That one, you know how good the Remus is, and it's $400 is a lot of money, but it's not a grand or $2 grand.
Life changing.
Yeah, like fuck. I mean, 2 nights at the hotel and you already spent that. So it's like
easy.
At that point, in my opinion, that's when you buy it and you open it, like within the first week.
Yeah, I mean, I can spend that at one night at sushi.
I just spent that, dude. We got I didn't post about it yet. I will. Dick and Brett added another William Heavenhill to the collection.
Ooh,
15-year.
I like those bottles. They're cool looking, man.
Yeah,
the William Heavenhills.
So if you don't know what we're talking about that purple one up there.
They can't see that one.
They can't see that one.
There's on top of the row that you can see. There's a whole nother row up there, and that row's got some more Blantons, a shit ton more Weller, all the different kinds. It's got all the Hancock Reserves, the Elmer T. Lees, the Rock Hill Farms. Elijah Craig's, Four Roses, and then that single purple bottle of William Heavenhill, which looks pretty delicious, by the way.
Dope.
Yeah. Well, heads up, just for you guys, Bottle Logic, Fuzzy Logic, Peach, pretty damn good. So there's the review on that one.
It's gonna go fire?
Huh?
Do we think it's fire?
I think it's fire.
Okay.
We gonna stamp it?
Yeah, I'm gonna stamp
Okay, here we go. Fire! Alright, that's fire. Okay, so shout out to you guys for sure. Keep creating great beers, Bottle Logic. You guys are awesome. Haven't had a whole lot of beer from you guys that I don't like, so keep it going. Absolutely a great add up to the lineup, and if you guys can find it out there on your shelves, pick a 4-pack up or an 8-pack and share it with friends. Which would be 2 4-packs, but pick them up and certainly go out there and sit by your pool and get a frosted glass, pour them up, and I think you'd be pleasantly surprised. It'd probably go really good with some ribs or some barbecue, because peach for some reason goes good with barbecue.
I put a little bit of peach wood in my ribs.
Yeah.
Usually I'll go apple and sometimes cherry, and I'll put a little bit of peach or pecan in there, some softwood.
Yeah, you got that. That's a must for summer barbecues. Is some type of really good fruit wood in there. You know what I mean? Oh no! Here we go. We're going into the man, the myth, the legend himself, Colonel E.H. Taylor. Right? He just brings the fucking heat.
Dude, I was trying to think about it the other day. It's somewhere in an Excel spreadsheet. I think I have, no joke, I think I probably have almost 60 bottles of Taylor. Like between small batch, single barrel, no, maybe it's 60, that's a little aggressive. Probably 40, 45.
Okay, so 45 bottles of Taylor. We know it's your everyday.
Every day,
right?
baby.
And if it could be my everyday, I would love it to be my everyday.
Well, but we're not drinking barrel proof every day, so let's be clear.
Yeah.
The small batch is both of our everydays. Fucking Brett's got them all cellared all over the place that he doesn't even know where they're at.
Yeah, because I hide them. I hide them in my closet. I hide them on my roof. I hide them in the back of my car, underneath my trunk area.
Oh, dang, the little storage thing?
Yeah, where the tire
I never
is.
thought about that.
So, like, I lift up the bottom and I stuff bottles down there.
You get like a foam thing that's like cut out the insert and puts the bottle.
And then I close it. It's kind of like a Pelican for your gun or whatever, or other items that you don't want people to find, and you just hide it on. Okay, so now these are tricks of where you can hide your bottles if you don't want your wife to see them, right?
You know what I just do now? I just say, hey, can you get that package on Thursday? And she's like, what is that? And I'm like, I told you about it. And she's like, no, you didn't. And I'm like, don't you remember last week when I said I was in the auction? And she's like, no. And I'm like, yeah, I told you it was in an auction. She's like, I thought that was like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, it was 2 weeks ago. It's every 2 weeks.
Yeah, it takes 2 weeks to get shipped.
Well, and the auction's every 2 weeks. Yeah. So it's like they just keep coming.
Yeah, you go to Amazon and we go to auctions, okay?
Yeah, fucking A, man. All right, I'm ready to get into this, dude.
It's mail day, right?
Yeah, mail day.
Yeah, he was out of town the other week, and a bottle shows up at his house, and he's probably going to be gone for 3 or 4 more days, which I'm assuming you'd expected it to come a few days earlier. And he calls me and he goes, hey, man, can you go over to my house and pick a box up off my porch? Because I don't want it sitting out there for too long.
Yeah.
It was Austin Nichols.
Yeah.
Wild Turkey
2003.
Little dusty bottle, right?
Yeah, it's not, I wish it was the 8-year 101 from like the 60s. So we're just dipping our toe in it, but it's a 2003. Did I get it last night?
I have no idea.
I don't think I got it.
From my house?
Yeah.
Really?
It would have been out here.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know. Maybe it got left there, but I hope not, because I don't remember.
Yeah, well,
must have grabbed it.
It's probably still in the car. So that bottle, 2003, 80 proof, Austin Nickel Wild Turkey.
I don't know if I have a sore in my nose.
Top?
Or if that just actually burns a little bit. I might have a sore in my nose.
The first one was a little, like, hit me.
How do you get a sore in your nose?
There's a few ways. You can pick it.
Yeah.
You can do some drugs.
Scratched it. It might be from dry nose from sitting at the softball fields.
Oh, dude, all that dust.
Last weekend.
Yeah, all that clay.
I know I have 15 to 20 mosquito bites because I want to look like a coach, even though because as an adult 40-year-old white male with a now beard that I never had in my life that still hasn't grown in.
It hasn't.
I wear my socks like a cholo, right?
Okay.
So high above my calves. And my wife hates it because she's always like, why do you do that? And I'm like, well, I live in Lake Elsinore. I got black socks. That's a must. Yeah. And you got to hike them up, So I hike up my socks real high. And I do that because I fucking hate bugs. And I hate getting sunburns on my legs. And bugs and sunburns don't come if you hike your socks up real high. Well, I got to look like a softball coach and look like I know what I'm doing this weekend. So I'm out there with a bunch of 10-year-old girls, and I actually pulled out like the low-cut socks.
Yeah.
The ones the
hidden ones that they were on their shoe line?
I don't know. They have to at least go above my ankle, but I don't wear these low-cut socks,
Okay.
So I got these brand new Nikes. I'm actually wearing them right now. They're not so new anymore, but I put those on and like they're low cut, and then I got like hiked up shorts and a coach jersey and shit, and I'm like, yeah, man, I look like a coach.
Yeah.
I got my hat on. It's got my team logo on it, and I'm out there and I'm feeling all badass. I'm like, we're gonna win this tournament, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And then I get mosquito bites.
Oh.
On my ankles, which if anyone ever gets mosquito bites on your ankles, they bite you here on your elbow, and then they bite you right on your wrist, and then they bite you right on your ankles, and that's just bullshit.
It is bullshit, but I don't get bit by them. That's the crazy thing. You must have sweet blood.
Dude, I get fucked up.
They don't mess with me, dude.
Dude, they fuck me up, and I hate them.
My wife will be like, I just got bit by something. I'm like, by what? You're fucking standing there. We're sitting in the car. She's like, I just got bit by something. I'm like, I just don't get bit by shit. My blood must be sour. Let's go, dude. Look at the fucking legs on it.
Let's go. I love talking shit, but I also like drinking bourbon. So let's get into this barrel proof.
Oh my
god. This is one of Dick's favorite for show.
Fuck.
I mean, I love it. It's really good.
I took a fat drink of it too.
Is I giving you a little Kentucky hug?
Yeah.
I got one.
No,
I'm getting it all. I mean, that's the thing about E.H. Taylor, right? You know,
but it's not overbearing.
No,
that's the thing. It lets you. It's 65. It's 65%. So,
so what the fuck you want me to do about it?
So it's 130.3 proof. Okay, most of them range from anywhere from like 63 to 66. So when you're in the 130 proof, you're well into that solid barrel proof.
Yeah, you are.
Like you're in. But the thing is. What was it? We had that one fucking shit. I think it was the one your parents got from like Arkansas or whatever.
Yeah, that one was Rock Creek,
something like that.
I don't know.
So Arkansas that one is like hot, dude. But it never tones down.
No, dude, that one is full go.
Boom.
Like that's the one I pour my worst enemy. Which I was super pumped about it because I was like, look, it's a barrel proof and it's from a smaller distillery and it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. And I would never have that bottle if my parents didn't pass through and go, I love my son and that's a distillery. And then go in there and say, I want your highest proof bottle and I want to bring it home and I'm going to give it to him as a present. I would never have that bottle. So I got it. I was super pumped. I drank it. It fucking literally burned my shit like Mexican tacos go right in and right out and explodes everything and I gotta take a fat shit. Like it's no good, you know what I mean?
Whoa.
It's a great feeling, but at the end of the day, it's not good for your system.
So here's what I want to tell you that I took out of this story.
Okay, all right.
If your parents love you, you might get a bottle.
Yeah.
And when you get that bottle, you're gonna assume that it's good.
Mm-hmm.
When you get the bottle, you're going to drink it, even if it's not good, because your parents love you and they got it for you. However, it might make you shit yourself.
It might. There's a percentage chance.
If I had to write a conclusion, a fucking book report on that, like in kindergarten, you had to write a book report.
It's a synopsis.
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
right. Let's be real about it. Right?
Okay. Why don't you go shit yourself?
I'll tell you what. I didn't get a college degree, but I do know one thing. If I eat any kind of spicy ass Mexican food in the morning, I'm definitely taking 3 shits that day.
Jesus. I don't know how we got on this shit. I don't know how we got on that, but I'm gonna move on.
I told you we're gonna get real because this is what happens in the garage.
Yes.
While we're partying.
100%.
The music is usually playing in the background, which he makes me pick and makes me uncomfortable about. And then I gotta get all crazy and talk about taking a dump every once in a while.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean it's a real thing. I actually, you know what's funny is why is it such a taboo thing to talk about? Men will talk about it. Women will never. Maybe. Well, I'm not in their circle, so maybe they talk about it with each other. But it's very. Hey, tell us about it, man.
I'm gonna tell you about it right now. Okay, so today, this is a funny story because you just walked me right into this one. Today, I'm in San Diego.
Okay.
I'm working down there. Beautiful Cardiff by the sea.
Yeah.
Ocean breeze. Beautiful new office overlooking the ocean. I'm like, wow, this is really cool because I work in a fucking warehouse in Moreno Valley or whatever. And I go in there and I said, where's the shitter at, you know? And the girl that rode down there with me, I was like, I had to like carpool, or is that what you call it these days? So we carpool all the way down there. And I was like, hey, she hit the restroom on the way up. So I was like, where's the restroom? She's like, down the hall to the left, make a right. There's a bathroom down there. I was like, cool. So I scurry out because I'm got a turtle head. And he's poking, you know, because I fucking had too much coffee or whatever. So I barrel down that corner and I make a right. I go in there. I jump in the first stall. There's nobody in there. I'm all safe. I think everything's good. I was like, the coast is clear, right down by the coast. I'm like gurgling. I'm like, okay, here we go. I sit down. I can drop a bomb. And obviously I'm checking my beers and bourbon with Dick and Brad, my Instagram, and my fucking, and I'm like looking on it. I'm like, should I drop a post right now? And I'm like, that's probably inappropriate. And then here comes somebody into the bathroom, right? And the first thing I hear is, I recognize those shoes. And I go, yeah, you do. Because I don't know who it is, but clearly it's my boss.
Yeah.
And then he walks by, jumps in the stall next to me, giggles, okay, which is uncomfortable as fuck.
Super uncomfortable.
Right? Because there might still be like one or two more, special deliveries coming. And the first thing he asked me, he goes, is that your signature scent? And I go, no, I think that was the guy that came in before me.
It wasn't me, it was him.
No, it was because this fucker and me last night were in the jacuzzi till midnight.
It was late, dude.
Tipping them back and drinking Remus. And if I have too many IPAs and too much whiskey in one night, then the next day I'm dropping bombs, you know?
Well, and we also had fucking cheeseburgers. This fucking guy's like, and you get double cheese.
And
he was
you
fucking
get double
Oprah.
cheese and
He
you
was
get double
Oprah with
cheese.
cheese. He was like, you get double cheese and you get double cheese. I don't need double cheese, bro. It was
I have to have double cheese, okay? Like, in and out, I have to have the triple with the extra cheese.
Hey,
I don't do lettuce because that's just from the earth. I don't do tomatoes.
Yeah, he doesn't like
that shit
vegetables.
grows on plants.
Weird.
I don't do Thousand Island because that shit has relish in it. I don't do any of that shit, man. I just want meat,
you don't do any of that
cheese,
shit,
and bun, and then more cheese.
Okay, so here's the crazy thing. There's two places that I can eat at that my wife says that I don't buy the food, I rent it. There's two of them.
Taco Bell?
No, not even Taco Bell. Chipotle?
I rent that shit for sure.
Oh, Chipotle?
Chipotle will wreck me,
Chipotle,
bro.
that super hot sauce red one?
The red with the little nugs in it?
Yeah,
oh my god, that's really good. I always tell them, I'm like, light on the sauce for that one.
Dump it on.
And then they go, and I go, that's the end of my life.
That's number one. I had Chipotle for lunch, by the way.
Okay, alright.
Okay, and In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Those places, I will spend, whether I go with my family or myself, I'm there less than 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. I gotta go before I leave.
Dude, I got a neighbor, and this guy, I swear to God, if he takes one bite of spicy stuff, like mid-meal, like you know when you sit around with like your family and your friends at a dinner table, and like you just made this bomb-ass meal, and everybody's sitting down, and like this dude will sit down and he'll take like 2 drinks of his beer. And then he'll take like 4 bites of his food, and like I won't see him for like an hour. Jesus. He eats like 4 bites, and all of a sudden his body's like, okay, I'll see you guys later. Yeah.
It just hit me.
He drinks Eagle Rare daily.
Every day. I just thought about it, just like bing. All right, enough talking about shit.
No, I like talking about shit.
We're supposed to talk shit. Now we're talking about
more shit.
I need
talk
another
more
pour.
shit and
about
less shit. I don't know. If you don't like shit, then, fuck you.
Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about fuck you, but I like saying fuck you on the podcast. I'm going to be real honest with you. It's my favorite.
The greatest thing about 2023.
You can say fuck you?
Yeah, because it went from everything was censored to internet, now you don't have to be censored anymore. I mean, Joe Rogan, Howard Stern.
Yeah, but Rogan went to Spotify because YouTube kicked him off.
Well, that's not my problem.
Okay, so
I love Rogan, and he's the biggest one on the market right now.
Dude, I was listening.
He's Howard Stern-esque.
I was listening to Rogan and Andrew Dice Clay today. So
Send it.
So I'm 10 minutes in. Yeah. It's one of the newer ones too, because he's been on with Joey Diaz and stuff back in the day. But it's one of the newer ones. I watched 10 minutes of it and I paused it because I want to listen to it on the plane. I had to have self-restraint because that's how much I love Rogan, and I'm so pumped about Andrew Dice Clay. And I was like, I'm going to pause it. Even though I want to hear it, I'm going to listen to it on the plane. So I got that, and it's all queued up for me tomorrow.
Oh, for tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm fucking ready.
Yeah, I asked my boss, I was like, hey, man, do you mind if I charge the Wi-Fi on the plane to the company? He goes, who the fuck approves that?
Yeah.
He goes, And he looks at me like I don't know, and I look straight him in the eye and say, "You fucking approved that?" And he goes, "That's right, I approved it already." I was like, "Cool,
dude.
Thanks for letting me work all day. You should have said no, not approved."
Yeah, sorry.
That's his signature line, by the way. Is not approved.
Not approved.
Yeah, like anytime I ask him anything, not approved.
I like going like work travel. I like going out with my boss or like their boss, who's a big dog, because when you're like lower level, which I would consider us lower level in the company. I think
when you're not a CEO or CFO, you're lower level.
Yeah,
that's
right.
All it is,
I mean, you're all lower
level. It doesn't
level.
matter how cool you are. You're not that cool.
But for them, like if I travel, it's like, oh, you have, say I'm going to take everyone out, or if you want to fly under the radar, it's like $75 a day or $60 a day or whatever, right? When you're somebody like that, you just give them the black card and you're like, get whatever you want.
Yeah.
And you know who approves it? Them.
Yeah.
They go approve.
Yeah, approved. Yeah.
Done.
Can't wait till Dick and Brett has a black card.
Oh, dude. You know what?
I mean, you are the CFO and CEO.
No, I'm not. No,
I'm the CRO. You know what that is?
No.
I'm the Chief Relationship Officer.
Oh, shit.
You
That's
know?
dope, bro.
Yeah.
So AA Ron's a Chief Marketing Officer.
Yeah, AA Ron. Big ups.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it these days? Big ups to AA Ron for being our CMO.
He's a CMO.
Yeah.
I think me and Brett interchange between CEO and COO. I think we both.
Well, he's CEO because he's Chief Entrepreneurial Officer. Is that what it is? Or is Chief Executive Officer?
Executive, yeah.
Well, I don't know if he's an executive, but he's a chief of something. He looks like Big Chief right now. And he's definitely the CFO, okay? Because this guy runs it by the numbers. You know what I mean?
Dude, I will take that.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell you exactly how many views we have right now. I can tell you what episodes you guys watched yesterday, what episodes you didn't watch yesterday. But I hope this is 16.
16.
15 comes out tomorrow, and it's a banger. We fell on our face in 14.
I'll tell you what. 12, right, is the age of a good bourbon.
Yes, it is.
And everything above that is fucking money. So I think since we made it past 12 and we're now on 16 and we're almost getting to 18, what do you think about episode 18 doing a little Elijah Craig 18? Just to celebrate the 18th podcast that we're going to put out.
You mean...
18 for 18. What do you think about that? Is that a fair deal?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well...
Oh, are we going to do a versus?
We could do a versus.
I would hate to diminish the fact that we did the road to 18, but I think maybe that's actually better. I mean, 18 versus 18?
I don't know. Why don't you guys tell us?
Yeah, we want to hear about it in the comments. We want to hear about it in your minds. I want you guys to manifest it.
Yeah.
Right? And let us know whether you want to see Elijah Craig 18 versus the brand new, hot on the market Knob Creek 18. I think that's a banger right there.
Here's what I would say. No matter what, you're getting
on our 18th episode.
Yes. So
right?
no matter what, tell us what you want, but no matter what, we're doing an 18. Either we're doing a Knob, we've been on the road to Knob 18, so we've been talking about that. Elijah Craig 18, we talked about earlier. I agree. I don't care. We can do them both. We're doing one of them.
That's for sure. And all the dads out there whose daughters are turning 18. Okay? Not for us, but for you guys.
We're doing it for you guys, man.
Keep them off the pole, bro.
Dude, when my daughter turns 18...
That's our job, right?
Well, but still, I almost feel like it's worse then, because then you have all these fucking creepers that think it's okay because she's an adult to fucking
I don't know. You
cockeyed.
either keep them off the pole or don't let them create an OnlyFans.
What are they going to have when our daughters are 18?
I don't know, man.
I mean, think about it. 5 years ago, no one knew what OnlyFans... OnlyFans wasn't even a thought.
No, it was plentyoffish.com.
Well, that was just a dating site. It wasn't fucking porn that you can subscribe to. That's what OnlyFans is. OnlyFans is not some fucking social media.
So it wasn't Craigslist?
Craigslist killer, bro. You better be careful. All right, well, I'm down either way. I think I might have fucked it up a little bit. And if I
don't
did,
think
my
you
bad.
did. I don't think you did. I think it was a beautiful entry. We're allowed to get up and show you guys what's coming on the next couple of episodes. Stay excited. Stay cool. Stay classy.
Stay classy,
Yeah, San Diego. That's where I just got back from. You know what I'm saying? I still want to drink more and talk more shit, but you're done. So I think that's.
Do you want to fucking drink some more?
No, I say we take this episode offline and go from there.
I'm down.
I don't know. I mean, I really enjoyed this. So we did Colonel E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof. Right here we had Fuzzy Logic from Bottle Logic. We talked a little bit of shit. We had a few rants.
We talked about shit.
Talked about shit too. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit about flights, and maybe we'll get a little further into how those flights went in our next episode. So, love to have you. Thank you so much. Hopefully you guys are super pumped and hyped, and we got a little preview of what's coming up. Obviously, we still have episode 17.
Yeah, this is
okay.
16. Yeah, we have one more.
So episode 17, we'll try to bring you guys some heat. We definitely got enough beers. We got about 30 stacked up for you guys.
A lot of beer.
We have a few bourbons stacked up for you guys behind us.
Few.
You might not see the ones in the picture because there's a lot more where that came from. And we're super pumped to just every single time bring you something new. So get excited. Go out and get yourself a bottle of Barrel Proof. It costs a lot of money. Put it on your dad or your mom's credit card. Don't tell them. And then
hide it in your trunk of your car.
Hide it in the trunk of your car underneath where the tire is. But put a little foam in there. Don't leave it in there too long. But direct sunlight, I think, is the only thing that affects bourbon. So even if it gets hot, it won't get ruined. That's a myth. It's just actually going to be just fine. And also, if it gets too cold, there's nothing going to happen to it as long as it doesn't freeze, which alcohol doesn't freeze. So you're good there. Okay?
We're good to go.
All right. A few little last minute tips.
Yeah.
Got anything for him? Oh, shit. He just tipped your hat. Tipped his hat. And he gave you the 6-shooter again. I'm going to finish this bourbon and we're out.
I'll see you next week. Dick and Brett.
Out.